All right, we're back. We're back. Let's go. Come on back. I know what the problem is. We're back. We're good. And so uh we got it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on back in. Let me see where y'all are. Come on back in. Bum rush us back in. Uh yeah, Facebook is, their Facebook. So let's get back in
Mhm.
and get some things happening. Where are you? 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 Coming back in. Once you come back in, let me know that you're back in. Let me know that you're back in. Let me know that you're back in. There we go. There we go. We're back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Back. Yeah, we back. That's it right there. That's the key word. We're back.
Mhm.
Hey, Aaron Renee Fleeks. So listen, let's get this lesson on real quick because I told y'all already. I have a procedure tomorrow, and I'm hungry right now, and I cannot eat until tomorrow night. Hey, Lester Blunt, man, good to see you. If I can't eat, I'm gonna be very upset. Hey, Tawanda Carr. And so my answers may not be this kind. I want to talk tonight real quick. I got two quick lessons. The first part I want to talk about is how to properly evaluate yourself in your relationships. That's kind of where we were. How to properly evaluate yourself in relationships. Yeah, we're back, y'all. We're back. How to properly evaluate yourself. And what you have to do, hey, Pamela Dawkins, in evaluating yourself, you have to be honest with yourself. And you were saying something before we got cut off.
I think I'm saying when we stand in the mirror, we have to tell ourselves the truth. And that's, I'm not talking about when you have your clothes on and your hair, you just got your hair done and your makeup is flawless. I'm not talking of speaking, I'm talking about that
Hey,
truth.
Pam. Hey, Renita.
Because anyone can say how good they look in that truth. However, when you done took your makeup off, when you have um, when you're not wearing that outfit, when your hair ain't the way you really want it, you couldn't get to that salon. Did can you still tell yourself the truth about you in that moment? Can you be honest with you in that moment? And I think that's what we forget, to tell ourselves or be honest with ourselves when we're in that moment.
Type in that moment. If you're here and you're back, type in that moment. Because all the time it's difficult to tell yourself the truth a lot because sometimes society makes you downplay yourself,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have the self esteem it takes to really tell yourself the truth because you don't know if you're harsh on yourself, you're hard on yourself, or if you evaluate yourself based on somebody else's accusations
Right.
or their opinions of how it is. So number
Mm-hmm.
one, to properly evaluate yourself, you must be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And if we're gonna deal with relationships in the first part, we're gonna shift in just a minute. You have to, number two is accurately define your definition of love. I'll let you go with that one. That's a good one right there.
And we most of us don't understand what love really is, because one, we're not honest with ourselves. So how can we really say we know how to love, or who to love, or who even to allow our to open up and allow people to love us or receive love, because we don't even know how to accurately define it. So we get into
Hey,
our
Tamisha.
we get into way somebody make us feel, or we get into this moment of how if he buys, he buy me clothes, so you become superficial. If he buy me, the latest this, then that means he loves me or she loves me because she do things. And it's like, no, the love has to come from a place, to me, of safety. Um, do I feel that point of when I crawl up in your arms that I feel safe, or do I feel that point of, if I'm a friend of yours, that I feel that you can relate to me on a level,
Hey, Yamika, Trisha Gerald. Go ahead.
and
Go ahead.
relate to me on that type of
Critical.
level. Um, so I think that's where we get into that moment where we forget that we're not honest. So therefore, how can we love? So it's the point, once you
Ooh.
start being honest with yourself, or being honest with life in general, that everybody's not gonna like you, everybody's not gonna love you, and it's so, and it's, you have to be okay with that.
So what do you do when people don't love you?
What would I do?
Yes.
Look, I gotta keep moving. You
See,
gotta move
I thought I was
forward.
gonna be harsh.
No,
You
I'm
have to
not.
you have to love yourself.
You do. You have to learn how to love
Love
yourself, and you
yourself.
you keep, because people will cause you, because they don't love you. People will cause you to look back at you when it's really not you. At the end of the day, you still have to look at you from an honest standpoint, but at the same time, that them or their lack of love for you shouldn't allow you to question who you are, unless you know that you've done something wrong.
But be honest about when it is you.
Absolutely.
Don't
Absolutely.
lie when it really is you. Don't lie about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
be honest about it. Hey, Mama
Yeah.
Pat, I see you. And so, number one, be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Number two, accurately define your definition of love.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you meet people, friends, family, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you need to let them define their definition of love. Hey, Kevin Matthews, so you can know if your definitions match
Right.
or can coexist.
Mm-hmm.
Because if my definition of love is you giving me everything I want,
Right.
and your definition of love is you giving yourself everything you want,
Right.
it's gonna change eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You got it? It's gonna change eventually. So
That's like having a hard conversation.
no, but right now, I say that's how we approach it. But in reality, the hard conversations are the best conversations because
Right.
they are the real conversations.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's like if you're gonna have a accurately defined love, it's like having that hard conversation, whether it's your best friend or if it's your, your home girl, are they capable of extending the love that you're looking for?
Oh, okay. So here we go. We're no longer, let me turn my chair. We're no longer, turn your chair, I'm gonna turn this way. We're no longer dealing with married couples.
Mm-hmm.
We are dealing with people in your life. I heard a thing earlier that said when people are trying to talk about getting rid of what's toxic and this and that,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be careful that you don't get rid of the people God sent to help you develop past your own toxicity.
Wow.
Be careful you don't get rid of the people who are able to help you get rid of the toxic you.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, we're getting rid of people when we should be getting rid of the old us.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to get rid of them because we're not changing.
Right.
And because they change quickly, we get offended because their move is quick and we can't follow. When you can't follow, you have to submit to. When you don't submit to relationship, then you end up trying to manipulate and control it.
Mm-hmm.
So when people don't change the way you want them to change, we get offended.
Yeah.
Okay, here's somebody. Oh, okay. Tisa Kaya had a question. Here we go. Are they capable of sending the love you're looking for? She said, that's good.
Oh.
That's the question you have to ask. That's why you have to let your definition and my definition see if they can coexist.
Mm-hmm.
And then make sure when you tell yourself the truth that you're not asking people and God and life to give you something from somebody that you're not willing to give to anybody.
Right. Right. Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
Are y'all getting this tonight?
That's why I think I told this to someone a while back. It's important that we learn to build authentic relationships, because if you build your relationship based on someone else,
Mm-hmm.
you will never have authenticity in that relationship. It could never be that way unless the only way I see that when you build a authentic relationship, it comes to play where we both are honest.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Mr. Townsend, are you feeling better, sir? I need an answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying about the being honest and having the definition, and then yeah.
Nita Holloway say this is good already. Nita Holloway, it's gonna get a little better. Watch this, because our issue is if we value. Thank you, man. I'm glad. If we value, see, Eric Troutman. Here we go. Listen, we need to value people more than we value love.
Okay.
My consensus, because oftentimes we value what a person does for us, but we don't value the person.
Mm.
We value the deed or the act. We value who makes us feel loved, while we make the person who makes us feel loved feel second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Hey,
But
Mother
can that
Kyle.
making you feel love be like a form of manipulation?
Well, no, all I'm saying is we don't make them make us feel loved.
Okay.
We just value, okay, here we go, Mother Kyle. Here we go, Mama Pat. I am a giver.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for people to enjoy what I do and what I give.
Right.
But if you ever get to a place where you start to feel entitled,
Got you.
without you giving the same level of response, not the same level of finance, not the same level of gifts, but the same level of reciprocity, of return.
Mm-hmm.
When you stop giving the return from me, expect to stop getting.
Gotcha.
Because now I've learned that you didn't value me.
Mm-hmm.
You only value what I did and what I could do and what I could afford.
Mm-hmm.
I never asked you to buy me what I bought you. All I ask you to do is make sure you remain consistently appreciative for what I do. Because the minute I think you're not appreciative anymore is the minute I'm gonna watch you starve. I said, well, I'm hungry. That's why I said that. I'm hungry. I'm sorry. That's good, Brittany. Okay. And that's why you have to define that definition of love. Mama Pat agrees with me.
Mm-hmm.
She agreed with me. Yamika Matthews, I got you here tonight. Let's go. Might as well get it. And so that's the area we have to get to understand. Hello, Geraldine Shalvin.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to do that, which goes to number 3, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, as you're properly evaluating yourself in relationships, check your motive for what you're asking someone else for. I'm just saying, check your motive. Why are you really asking them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you check your own motive, it'll tell you, okay, you're getting a little immature right there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're getting a little, what's the word about it? Petty right there.
Yeah.
Or you say, yeah, so value people before they actually, yeah. Some people, Sydney, some people are just lovers, period. They give, period.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to value the people. So you have to ask yourself, what's the motive of why you're asking someone to be that way with you?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you tell me the reason why you want it, and I can tell you the reason why you don't deserve it, then that's when we have to have a hard conversation.
Right.
Because
Right.
you think you deserve it, I don't think you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I don't give, you have a problem with me because I don't think you deserve it. So you want me to give in spite of my authenticity based on your feelings.
Yeah.
So check your motive. Come on, girl. Check your motive.
Gotta check your
Check
motive.
your motive.
Yeah.
So, check your motive. That's it right there. Check your motive
Mm-hmm.
for what you're asking someone else for.
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Number 4. Sydney's like, right. Number 4, y'all inbox, text your friends. We're going to switch in a minute because it won't be as deep, but we're going to kind of switch to a higher level of relationship. And you said to me, number 4 is a question you have to ask yourself. Are in relationships, married, single, male to male, female to female, whatever it is, are you willing to sacrifice to get to the point together? In other words, are you really willing to have that hard conversation?
Hmm.
What stops us from having the hard conversations?
Fear.
Fear is one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you gotta get in the
Oh,
flow.
I got to get in it.
Fear.
Fear.
Fear. Okay, y'all tell. Hey, Cornelius, what's up, man? Listen, give me your answer of what stops people from. Because the question is, am I willing to sacrifice more to get to that point together? Am I willing to give up something petty in my life to make sure we get to a bigger point together? Okay, what stops us? Oh, come on, y'all going fast. Selfishness, rejection, accountability. Sydney, that's not a good one. Trying to keep the peace. Trying to keep the peace in this day is not having the. You're right. It's not having conversation.
Yeah.
But it's not really keeping the peace. It's creating toxic.
Yeah.
It's making things toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, Facebook user. That's either Tarika Hood.
Yes. let me
Yeah.
see. No, that's
Who?
oh, Tarika Hood is one.
Because Denia is on here normally
Mhm.
this morning, today,
Yeah.
earlier. So the question is, what else? What else? What else?
Larissa is the other
Or we're in a way that not trying to keep the temporary peace. It's never temporary. Faced with truths you aren't mature enough to handle. My
one.
God,
Mhm.
that's a good one, Raquel.
Yeah.
That's a good, clear one. Kevin
My-
Matthews,
my Lord.
pride.
My God.
I'm trying to stay from that because that can get biblical and spiritual.
Yeah.
I want to just have some fun tonight if y'all
Not
let me
really being
and get y'all out here.
heard.
Not really being heard.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, let's go a little further, Yumika. What if you're being heard, but what you're saying should not be addressed? It's not, huh.
You talking from a level of
You.
yes,
I want to be heard.
right,
Not what's going to make us get to the point together is
Right.
the key word.
right.
Tamisha Figaro says pride. Brittany's here again. Vulnerability. That's a strange word right there.
Oh yeah.
Tweaker Hood says offense. That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Um,
That's
Cornelia said past hurt and pain. Who?
Clarissa Day.
Is that who that is?
That's the other Facebook user.
Clarissa Day is using her
That she
other
said
her
offense.
business account. Okay. Offense. That does it. We can't see your name, Clarissa Day. Oh, because maybe Facebook is doing some strange stuff.
Yeah.
And pleasure to meet you yesterday in person. In Jesus' name. And thank you for your seat. Yeah, past hurt and pain. Yeah. But here's the question. Are you willing to sacrifice the emotion that you're controlling and holding on to so you guys can get to the point together? Warren B. Perry. Bless you, man. Good to see you, sir. Man of God, I've been north from school. Major, powerful thought processor, intercessor, all that. Are you willing to sacrifice more to get to the point together? What are you willing to give up? I did it when my wife said she started school. I deemed her the devil. She was the devil. Trying to break up my house and didn't want to be a part of my church, so I was going to let her go from the church. Send her on by the business, let her have shut up class over there with the single people. And the Lord told me to shut up because that was something different he was doing. He could call us. At that time, Carlos. And so I had to sacrifice for us to get where we are together. And now we're in a place in our life we've never been before. I talked to Bishop Turner today. He said, man, I'm free flowing. I was able to come and sow and give, don't have to struggle and think about it and worry about it. We are in the best place of our life we've ever been in. And some of us still have not taken the time to tell God, thank you, and be appreciative for the relationships and the life that we have. I have certain days that I text people who I really don't like. And then my flesh goes down and I realize it was me and I text and say, hey, how you doing? Or I call, I just go out there. But when they don't respond, I'm no longer obligated to reach out my hand. I reach out my heart and my prayers. But I can't keep reaching out my hand because they are willing, oh, here I come. I feel the presence. There are willing others ready to eat out of the hand of the prophet. And so I can't be extending my hands to people who've turned their back on the hand that fed them before. And now they have a tree, they turn their back on the hand that's trying to get them the whole field. I'm never satisfied with a tree. I'm trying to get the whole field. Hey, Tony Feast Tyler. That's our new member. I can't see her face on here. Yeah. Wait a minute. My eyes. Pray for me. Hey, Shay Williams. And so listen, so are we willing to sacrifice, get to that point together? And so sometimes it's difficult, but we can do it.
Oh yeah.
Y'all you want to say something else?
No, it's just
That's our new member. Y'all say, man, for the new member. Yeah. Have you ever seen anybody, a church raise what we raise, and then people join the church because the anointing is so high, raising money? Oh my God. The anointing is so high, raising money. What's up, Viera? Go ahead now on sacrifice and get to going together.
What did I say?
I'll prompt you again. It's so important that you'll sacrifice yourself or your pettiness sometimes to get to a point together because it's never about you directly.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
See?
You have to know that it's not about you. There's something bigger or something greater or something that is awaiting. And I think when the Lord told me to start to call him my perfect husband during the season that I was the devil.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that pettiness? Are you willing to sacrifice that pettiness?
That was petty.
To get to the point together. Okay. See, y'all think we don't have issues, but y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me.
So when he told me to call him my perfect husband, to me that was a sacrifice because I knew that there was something great that God was trying to get us to. That was a greater move that he was trying to get us to. there was greater places that he was removing us from. Also, there was greater things that he was moving us into. And I think that's where we have to look at it, is that it's bigger than you. These moments are much bigger than you. And I think we need to get to that place where I'm it's okay to sacrifice if I'm vulnerable for this moment. It's okay that I have to swallow my pride for the moment. It's okay that I have to, some of the other words, I have to get rid of my offense, or I have to,
Watch
you know,
this.
because
I got an easy one for you. Forgive.
that's yes. It's okay if I have to forgive for
Because
that.
forgiveness covers all that.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of us can't get to forgiveness because we're not willing to do all of it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, but in order to get to that bigger place, and in me, I felt that I wanted that bigger place. I wanted that bigger place. I didn't want the bigger place without him. I wanted that bigger place with us together. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm a call him my perfect husband. Yes, I'm gonna say these. I'm gonna continuously build him up.
I ain't
I'm
believe
a,
it because I wasn't hearing God. I
Yeah.
was in my feelings.
yeah,
And I said, yeah, you want a bigger place, but you don't want to get it by submitting to what I'm giving us. And God said, I never, when I made, y'all ready now? If y'all ready, please type ready. We got 50 people. If y'all ready, out of 50 people, can y'all all like or love it? 27 on here. I think a bunch of y'all are over on YouTube, but can y'all like or love it? I want 51 people on here, and then 27, then somebody just got offline. Yeah. Okay. Now it's 49. The number 50 is a real good number. Okay. Y'all ready? I see Archery say y'all ready. Raquel says she ready. Oh, they want to have separately. Look at Tracy Ross. Hey, how you doing? Long time friend. What was I was with you, right?
yes,
And I said, I didn't believe it because my thing is, don't tell me that I felt like she was not trying to embrace, hey Aisha, the bigger picture. She was trying to be the head. She was we gonna do this, and I want to get this so we can do this. And I'm saying, tell me what you want. Tell me what you're desiring. Because I may have a way to already provide that without you extending yourself. Because I was trying to protect her and protect life. And her thing was, no, this is the way I want to do it. And then God told me to shut up because sometimes, my podcast voice, even when you're right, God will reposition you and redirect you to bring you out on top because I obeyed him. 30 seconds. When I was right, she called Mama Bridget on us. I was right. I think that was a real petty move because I was right and had a right to whatever I felt. And then Mama Bridget said, son, and I broke down crying because I didn't feel like I had control no more. And I was like, yes, ma'am. She said, do what you would tell everybody else to do.
Yeah.
There's more at stake than just y'all. And I was like, oh my God. But I couldn't even, I was so, my vulnerability to my, okay, let's mess y'all up. My vulnerability to my spiritual parents wouldn't even allow me to not forgive her because I was so submitted to what my parents told me spiritually. I knew it was the best answer. So I denied myself, my pride, my ego, my rightness, my head of the house. I'm the man, I'm the husband, I provided, I'm the leader. I denied myself all of that and submitted to what my spiritual mother said. And it helped me to begin to heal. Then I could forgive her honestly and not just say it, and then turn around in a way where I could watch God work in her life. And after that, she hit all kind of dean's lists over and over and over. All kind of just money, just all kind of stuff happening in school. Graduated top of the class, everything happened. Jobs opened up, everything. And now you look back at where it is, and now from being the head of a salon, she's still the head of a salon, but now the co-head of the whole school and another whole level of ministry. So at that point, I realized that God could take your mess and still bless you if you submit it to him.
Yep. Give me some, honey.
I'm hungry. So don't hit me no more. And so that's the blessing. You should ask your mate, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Yeah. Yeah.
But make sure you're able to tell them what you're willing to sacrifice. So y'all can have a conversation together. Because listen, it is not economically feasible to be in disagreement.
No, not at
You
all.
got it? Let's go, Deja. It's not economically feasible to be in disagreement. You got it? Look right here. Look at this. Look at this. What's up, Trevor? That is the sound man. I'm not Bishop, man. That's your daddy, people. I'm just Prophet. I'm Dexter. That's our sound man. Y'all got our church sounding like we in a concert. And so, yeah, God can still bless your submitted mess. Yeah, you have to submit it. You have to submit it, because if you don't submit it, then if you don't have the heart, let me talk to y'all now. If you don't have the hard conversation, you're going to end up in a situation. You want me to say it? Where you'll make God make a choice.
Yeah.
You don't you don't want God to say, I gave you an answer. I gave you the best husband or wife. Or I gave you a real good friend. Not husband, wife. I gave you a good friend. I gave you somebody who cares about you more than you literally care about yourself. They tell you right from wrong. I gave you that. And since you don't want it, I removed them from you, and I let you walk with no grace on your life. Or husband and wife. I choose to bless one and bless them in your face and make you feel like you aren't a part of the blessing when you're living in the house. There's nothing worse than living in the house with a blessed person when you insecure and jealous. Because God blesses them on their job, somewhere you're not. He blessed them in the car, somewhere where you're not. God put them on somebody's mind where they give them money. Yeah, you have access to it, but eventually it starts to feel like, wait a minute. Since you separated yourself, God starts to make sure the blessing is separate so you can feel what it's like to not connect with what God gave you or God.
Yeah.
And that's not a good feeling. I'm done with that part. You want something else? You good? Because real love, it gives. It does not steal. What I do, Sydney, I'm just saying, man, that's what God will do. God, and then they'll tell you. They will tell you, you know what? Seem like God bless everything you do. Which means now you got to have a conversation with your pastor and your first lady and your spouse or your wife or your friend. Because now when husbands and wives become competitors, their marriage is over as far as growing in God. It's not over completely. It's competitive. My wife made more money than me a long time. But I deal better with money. Hey, Carol Thomas, I'm better with money than she is. Way better. Like, way better. Like, I can make stuff happen. She like, man, how you do that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's just that splat. Yeah. And then she benefits from it and realizes I can trust it. But because my wife had this deficiency, he said, please I'm going back to look at this when I get settled. Okay, Trevor, cool, man. And then what she ended up doing was I had to teach her what I knew about money, because she was trying to overwork to make sure I had no needs and work too much to make sure I had. She was going out of her way to try and provide for me what we could do better together. And that's what I felt like the school was. Her trying to provide for us, herself. At one point I asked God, is her going to school turning her back on the anointing you placed on her life for the ministry? And God wouldn't answer me, because he knew if he'd answered me, I would have turned on her again. Oh, y'all quiet. Y'all don't want God to talk to y'all. He said, I'm not going to answer you, because you're not asking so you can help her see who I am. You're asking her to protect how you feel about her doing something outside of you, outside the church. Because I had this big dream. You know, I grew up Pentecostal, so all the pastors and first ladies, we got to be at church. I had this dream. I had this dream that the Shut Up class would be, now she gonna start feeling it now, watch. The Shut Up class would have been a coaching class that would have made her millions. That's how I felt, Daquan. I felt like she didn't want that. And she was trying to do it all, the class and be in school and teaching. I'm like, she don't want that. She don't want that. And God says, no. She's going to get it her way, not your way. I've called you to be a husband, not a career manager. I call you to support. I call her to support you, and you support her. I didn't call you to direct her career. I didn't call you to tell her where to go to work. I placed Harry in her before she met you. I call you to nurture what she can't nurture about herself while she nurtures everything in you that everybody else broke. So how you going to separate yourself from that which is nurturing you? Because if you separate yourself from that which I've sent and put together to nurture you, because sometimes nurturing is holding you in hold like this when you're crying until you realize I'm in a better place. Okay. When God got through with all that, he's just giving us revelation about everything that's happening. And then what God allowed me to see in the next season of my life was when I had COVID. She had finished school and had a job, Deja. I had COVID, and I watched the way she got those Lysol cans. Every time I opened the door, she sprayed that door down and sprayed everything, and she kept this path so secure. I'm going to show y'all something spiritually. She kept this path so secure from my back room to my bathroom. It was so secure that what I had didn't affect her, infect or affect her, because she was so busy about making sure, not that she was secure, making sure that I was secure until the time had passed. And she's never had it today because she had to protect me in a way I couldn't protect myself. I had to go through something. She about to start crying, y'all. I had to go through something. I don't have no napkin. You want to get your own? I had to go through something, and she had to carry and cover because I wasn't capable of carrying or covering anything. And if I'd have been completely in my feelings about wanting to be the boss, I'd have been stuck in a room with COVID and couldn't do anything for myself. But because I had the right person that was able to be there for me and show me next level, now I'm going to take her to a level that she hadn't seen before. Because what I got in the room was bigger than me. It was for all of y'all. Yeah. And that's what I'm making sure we get. Because real love gives. It does not steal. You want to say something?
I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that one.
I'm just saying that's how we get down. Yeah. I see Raquel's in there. So listen. Yeah. So when you sacrifice, you have to sacrifice intentionally. Okay? You don't sacrifice haphazardly. It's not part-time. It has to be intentional.
Especially when it just benefits one person.
Hey, Lady Rose, there she is. Look. How you doing? Good to see you. Say it again, especially when
it just benefits one portion, one side of the relationship.
Yeah, I know. I can tell what couples are preparing to move forward. Let's skip that in relationships, period. Because when you talk to a person and everything is being discussed is about them, I know that's going to be a problem. Yeah. Because eventually somebody's going to get tired of giving. Because the person who says it's about them, it's about them, it's about them, it's about them, about them, it's about them, about them. For some reason, they've not tapped into who they were. Because once you realize or thinking, when you start thinking it's all about you, then you've not yet thought about how to give more. Yeah. You're only thinking about how to receive. And once you start getting into that mode, when the other person becomes bankrupt, you have to be very careful. Because once you bankrupt a person thinking about everything about you, have to be careful because there's always a person in the ring waiting to make the deposit that you did not make. Yeah. And be careful that you don't bankrupt the person and make it easy for them to be open for somebody else to deposit into them. Yeah. That's it. So you have to sacrifice intentionally. And then you have to sacrifice with a purpose. Don't just do it to be doing it. Don't do it to keep the peace. Do it to live in peace. And sometimes to live in peace, you got to tear things up first.
Oh, my.
You got to tear it up first. Because if you live in, to keep the peace, it's the temporary peace. And nothing God does is temporary.
When you tear it up, if you tear it up in God, he can't help but to rebuild it.
Of course.
So it don't get what I call dismayed about the tariff, because the tariff is gonna benefit you. It will benefit you later. Yes.
But you got to believe that.
Yeah.
And the only way, hey, Lisa Ricardo, wow. Wonderful, bad woman of God right there. The only way that when you tear it up, it can be done in God is if you tear it up. See, if you don't expect God to heal it,
Yeah.
then you're not going to tear it up.
Right.
You're going to try and preserve it yourself.
Right. Right.
But when you know God's going to do something,
Mm-hmm.
tearing it up is no problem.
Yeah.
It's the sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And once you tear it up, God's going to do something. Okay, I see somebody. Minister Rick says, I think I just gave you that. What's the difference between keeping the peace and pursuing peace? Keeping the peace becomes the excuse for not having the hard conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pursuing the peace is when there's something that nobody has answered. The peace is in the middle and nobody has answered. And the person takes the initiative to go and pull everybody to the area to have the hard conversation.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, peace is not free. Peace will cost you your pride, your ego. Hey, Eartha Hodge, God bless you. Your pride, your ego, your frustration, your mindset. It will mess you up when you start sacrificing for peace, because sometimes you got to say, oh, okay, I got it. I got a problem with people who can't say I was wrong.
And I think that's what keeping the peace does. It lets the person off who cannot say it's wrong.
It creates passiveness.
Exactly. Because it's like the person that says, I can't admit that, I cannot admit that I'm wrong.
Okay.
So to me it gives them an escape, versus a person who can say they wrong, but they become passive in the situation where they don't get a chance to communicate. They never get a chance to talk. Well, I'm gonna just be quiet. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'd rather not say nothing than to create an argument, or let me just go to the corner versus saying something. But no, that's keeping the peace. And when I'm pursuing peace, is, as he said, we put peace in front of us and we both run into that area of peace where we know that that's the only place where we're going to find our security and safety.
And that's how you know who's supposed to be with you in family life or friendship.
Yeah.
Because when we know that there's peace there,
Yeah.
and you don't want to go there with me,
Yeah.
I'm going anyway.
Yeah.
T.C. Collier said it. Keeping the peace is most times temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Pursuing peace is continuous.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So you have to sacrifice intentionally,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice with a purpose. Stay on here, Daquan. And you have to sacrifice. Okay, y'all, it's going to get heavy right here. And sacrifice with understanding.
Mm.
It's very difficult with people who have bad understanding. Misha Townsend, I got your seed. Much love, Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
I call her that because she used to be a fighter, and she would never come to like this. And my anointing made her smile. So that's my name. My name for her is Smiley. I don't care what she go through. I don't care where she is. I don't care what people say about her. I don't care what they feel about her. That's my Smiley. And I would come on Sundays and look for her to smile. And I knew if I could have a young lady who felt like she was pushed away, silent, quiet, the black sheep of the family, she's still cute as I don't know what, but she's the darkest one in the family. If I could walk in, look at her, and she smiled at me, I knew I could preach to the rest of y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I did. So I smiled at Misha, and then I preached to the people who wasn't smiling at me. Love you, Misha. I watched these people grow up as young kids.
Yeah.
And so it's been a blessing. So good to see you. What do you do with somebody who has bad understanding?
Oh, man.
One word. I'm coaching now. One word. What do you do with people that have bad understanding? What do you do? I need one word. Follow instructions.
Mm-hmm.
One word. Without a hyphen. Somebody said, so basically you're suppressing being. Lester Blunt said it. Pray. That's a word. Come on, what else? I want to see everybody saying pray.
Maybe say
I need a different answer. Pray. Come on, who else? Jesus. Come on, y'all.
Oh, patient. Okay.
See it say be patient. Okay. Come on. I'm waiting to see. I want to see. Ain't nobody typing nothing. Y'all not typing nothing. All
Shut
I
up.
this, look this
Somebody say shut up.
this all I hear crickets. I don't hear. Y'all ain't talking to me. Naya says shut up. Uh, don't be so harsh, Naya. Shut up.
Silence.
Silence. That's a good one. That's a good way to say shut up. Reevaluate. 2 words. Can't follow instructions.
I'm here for
Nothing.
the answer.
Nothing. Deja says patience. Now, what do you do while you have patience? Pray.
Yes.
Hoping God does it. Lester Blunt, I like that one.
Yes.
Okay. He said, listen. Because sometimes when the person feels like you're not listening, it's open door for somebody else to talk. So you listen. Okay. Listen. Come on, sound clips. Let's date. Archer said persistence.
Yeah, okay.
Persistence. When they have bad understanding, persistence. So let's fight that. Because if you be persistent, let's just use you and your wife. If you're persistent and Raquel got bad understanding, your persistence not going nowhere.
True.
Persistence. One more word, Archer. Being persistent in what? Teresa said fast. Greta Cook said talk. Very good. See, all these are good answers because when you find out what it takes to deal with a person that's misunderstanding or have bad understanding, when you find out what it is, it shifts you from having an expectation. Facebook user, disobedient. Consistency. Yeah. That way your expectations are not disappointed because you understand that the person, okay, I got it. He's saying persistent, praying. Sidney Morris say understand. Yes, understand that they have a bad understanding. That's a good one. So that way your expectations are not disappointed because you understand who you're talking to. You understand who you're dealing with. You understand what you're sacrificing for. And Donna talking about eventually. That's what you're hoping for, eventually. It gives meaning. When you deal with the hard situations, listen, y'all, let me give y'all this last answer, then we're going to shift and then we getting off because I feel my hunger pains coming and I can't eat, and I want to give y'all a hungry answer. You know what I mean, Deja? I want to give y'all an answer from my hungry place. When you set yourself up to apply these principles we're giving you now, it sets you up in an area of your life that gives essence, it gives meaning to the essence of your struggle. Nobody minds, well, some people. Most people don't mind struggling when they know that there's going to be a reward at the end of the struggle.
Yeah, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
When you find people that don't want no struggle, they've not yet learned what life is.
Yeah.
So it gives meaning when you're sacrificing and giving up things. It gives meaning to the essence of your struggle. We're going to close out this section. We're going to go to the next section real quick. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. You good. So at the end of the day, take the time to properly evaluate who you are in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's shift this real quick because I don't want to deal with married couples. I want to deal with people, period.
Okay.
How we evaluate people and ourselves in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday was a major day, okay? And the day was only major because God was intertwining us in relationships. I've been saying for weeks, God's focusing on relationships. One of the things was Aquan, how God allowed him to see something in a relationship of a kingdom relationship,
Right.
where everybody came together to make sure that everybody in the house that was willing to participated on the same level. And at the end, nobody felt like I didn't do enough.
Right.
Everybody felt like we succeeded.
Yeah. Exactly.
We did great. I could mess y'all minds up, but I don't think y'all ready for it. I had pastors call me today. A pastor called me and I talked to him about what it was and said, can I make the pledge? And join in the pledge. Um, it's just amazing. Yeah, it was a blessing. Mr. Rick's text this morning, like I woke up thinking about Daquan. It was just amazing, and I'm like, wow, man. And so when people will give up themselves to make sure other people
Yeah.
can participate in feeling
Yeah.
whole,
Yeah.
may not be healed yet, but feeling whole, then that's what you should expect from every relationship that you have. Kingdom experience. Yeah, man, that's it. From it showed you what a relationship is supposed to do and what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
Uh, if everybody would participate in nurturing and valuing their kingdom relationships, then there'll be no lack in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because what would happen to the lack in your life when a person that's around you see that they are in abundance where you are in lack, then they have okay. Um, my grandparents had chickens, they killed deers, we had horses and cows in the back of the house. Other folk had other things in their field. We were in abundance, so folk would come to my grandmother's house and get stuff, and we would give people stuff to make sure everybody on the street
Yeah.
after church on Sunday, we all had stuff to eat.
Mm-hmm.
If I had 100 hogs,
Mm-hmm.
no offense, Clarissa Day, if I had 100 hogs and you had a field full of vegetables, you got it?
Yeah.
If I eat all my hogs, I'm gonna get high blood pressure
Mm-hmm.
because it ain't nothing but salt. If you eat all your vegetables, you ain't gonna have no strength because you don't have no meat, no girth. But if we come together with your vegetables and my hogs, and we have sausage and we have what we need, together we'll all have what we need. And it doesn't take anything from me
Right.
to pick up a hog
Right.
from 100 hogs and give you one.
Right.
And nothing for you to pick up vegetables that you already have that's going to keep giving you harvest next
Right.
season to make sure I have.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what the experience was about yesterday that God did for us. And it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really supernaturally amazing. And the thing of it is, it was about relationships.
Yeah.
And you didn't have time to check the person's social security number,
Right.
check their credit.
Yeah.
All you had to do was obey God.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm afraid that some people are going to misvalue. Is that a word? It's a word now. Misvalue. Hey, Gwen Brown. Tell her that say. Devalue?
Yeah.
No, I want to use devalue because devalue means they misappropriated. I'm afraid somebody's going to misvalue, like not see it as valuable.
Okay.
They're going to not see somebody as valuable, and it's going to cost you more than you're willing to pay. Because, Deja, here I come. Because you don't always agree
Yeah.
does not mean it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're just not there yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's exactly what you need. You're just not there yet. And so yesterday was a supernatural expression of the love of God and his love for us. Hey, Kenneth Davis, his love for us, then our love for one another was so major.
Yes.
Y'all wouldn't believe. And then what was so funny today, I was telling God told me I'm not through. So I'm not going to tell y'all till we get to Bible study what else happened. But I went to the doctor and they said, hey man, because of this, because of that, because of this, I'm preparing for my procedure tomorrow. My follow-up, my pre-follow-up, but my prep for tomorrow and follow-up from last month was today. And they told me, he explained, hey Manny Saeed, he explained that cholesterol is not about food you eat.
Yes.
It's about something that's produced in your blood. We've thought it's eating greasy chicken, but he said, no, it's about something that's produced in your blood and you have to re-trigger yourself. So my cholesterol was at 18.4, I think it is, or 18.6%.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the 18% percentile based on, my blood, based on my weight, based on my blood pressure. And so with them checking everything this morning, he redid my numbers while I was there after giving me, trying to get me on 2 pills. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that. We can check you in 90 days. I said, hey man, I know your wife's not here. I said, you know what she gonna say? She gonna say take it, but I don't want to take it. I said, God, I'm sitting there while I'm waiting for him. I said, God, what are you doing? You got to show me something. He comes back in and say, because you went from 226 to 214, that changes your numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because your blood pressure was 110 over 75. He said, oh, there was a yes right there in my phone. He said 110 over 7. This morning, he said, we need to reevaluate all of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they put it back in to reevaluate it. Did I send it to you?
Mm-hmm.
My blood pressure, did I delete it? Loose here. And so he checked it again and say, the normal is supposed to be 7% for cholesterol. He said, you had a 6.8. He said, I don't want to see you till next year. But then again, I want to see you in 30 days to see how'd you do that. And I said, it was nothing I did. It's what I kept saying.
Mm-hmm.
I am the healed man of God.
Yes, sir.
Resisting sickness and disease.
Yeah.
While I was sowing seed, I was saying, God, I need you to make us a couple of longevity.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on canes and crutches and trying to minister the word. I want to be healthy.
Yes.
And so when God did that, I'm like, that's amazing, God. So I have my procedure tomorrow, but as of right now, my appointment is not until next year to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody type on here, God did it. God did it. I think my seed and my words. And so those are the kind of things you have to start using your words for. Y'all have already seeded. Now you have to use your words.
Absolutely.
But it's major to have relationships, people that agree with you in every area of life. Say something, honey. You quiet.
Because you talking good.
I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm done talking to the people right now.
Yes.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I do believe that God did it. I confess over the life. That's what I think relationship do. It causes you to confess. I confess over. Everybody know that T is my best friend. I confess over her life on a daily basis. I confess over my husband's life. I could confess over all of my children, spiritual children, what God is going to do in their life. I just need them to believe that God can do it in their life.
That's the hardest part.
Here it is. Confess all
Here
that.
it is. Here it is. 110 over 72.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just ran up some stairs, right? And my pulse rate was still 51. He said, man, he didn't believe it. That's amazing. 110 over 72, I ran up 2 flights of stairs, no elevator. I sat down in 10 minutes, I'm at 52. I say, God, you are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we are. So yeah, again, I think it's our relationships. I hear the Lord right now. He said, make sure we start valuing relationships. Okay. Now here's the word, Raquel, 2 words. Reevaluate the relationships that we have. Because you don't want to look back and realize you had what you needed and you no longer have it. Yeah. And the Lord said just now, when we get the right relationships, our stress levels will go down. Mm-hmm. Because the people that you communicate and talk to won't be people that upset you. And then some of you have high blood pressure, not because of your body, because you have unforgiveness in your heart and in your mind of people that you're faking and shaking with you don't like. And your blood pressure tells the truth about your heart.
The unforgiveness, and then you carrying who you should not be carrying. It's like something we have to unload. We have to remove. We have to be okay with removing the pressures of others who is not intended.
Who are not.
Who we were not intended to carry.
Okay.
In the beginning.
I agree.
So you get forgiveness, of course, in your heart, and you allow God to heal that portion of you. But you have to remove people who makes you weigh down. You have to. When we talk about detox, I love to detox. He won't let me no more, but I love to detox. And what detoxing, I learned that detoxing does to your body is it removes anything and everything that is not beneficial to help you within your journey. So if I'm having a point where I want to start a new regimen, and I love sweets way a little bit too much.
She asked me to fix a peach cobbler last night, knowing I can't eat for 2 days. I say, and I will not.
I love them. And as much as I love keto, I don't do the sugary carbs and all of that. I love me a cookie or a cake. Trust me. At the end of the day, in order for me to literally get things out of my system, I have to detox the urge or the
residue
from the sugar. So if I don't do that, I still get the craving.
Surely.
Yes, I still get the craving for the sugar
And
that
then
I
you
know
have
I'm
to
not supposed
fight
to
the
have.
craving,
I-
not because you have the temptation in front of you,
Right.
but because you have the, watch this, you have to fight, you have to fight the craving.
Yeah.
Listen to me, not because the temptation is in front of you, but because of the residue behind you.
Right. Right.
How many of y'all are really fighting stuff that has nothing to do with what's in front of you?
Yes.
It's because of what's behind you that you're having a hard time letting go of. Just say me. Say me. We can pray for y'all later. Say me. Because that's the reality of it is. The craving comes from what's left over,
Yeah.
not from what you see.
Absolutely.
When you see something, you're tempted to get that. The craving comes from behind you. I see you, Mika.
But that's the same thing when we say about
I see
people,
Deja.
things that are behind us. The craving is the craving is pulling from us from behind, keeping
Woo!
us going backwards. When what's in front of you, if we just release that, then we can move forward. We can literally move forward out of it. But we don't do that. We keep holding on. So that's why I say we have to detox and unload. Or
I see you, Tracy
those
Ross. I'm
people,
praying for you.
we have to
I see Tracy Lewis as well.
who's that?
Tracy Lewis,
Oh,
Chris Kyle.
yes. We have to release that. And once we release that, we'll find ourselves in a whole new place
Let me
where
ask
we
you a
feel
question.
better.
So how do you begin the process of releasing it?
Releasing.
Whatever's had you pulling from behind.
I think it started with what we said. Be honest with yourself.
Okay, and then what you do next. I like building principle. I like application. So yes, be honest with yourself, but then what do you have to do after that?
And then be honest with what you know you need next. Because plenty of times we're honest with ourselves, but we're afraid to move to that next step because that next step may be lonely. That next step might have us where we're empty. We feel empty.
Let me jump forward. Go back to the relationship part. If you invest in having the hard conversation,
Yeah,
you will never have to feel lonely.
never.
Because God will always have people around you who understand the steps of your life. And you may have some people who agree and some who don't, but God will always have people who understands the steps of your life, so you will never have to feel lonely. Now, God may put you in a place of being alone so you can focus on you, but you never have to feel lonely. When you start to feel lonely, you have not told yourself the truth.
Yeah.
Because whenever there are two people that feel lonely come together,
Right. Right.
so if you feel lonely, it's because you haven't given something that you are personally, privately requiring of someone else.
Yeah.
You haven't given it. And then you haven't understood the person who was giving it. So be careful that you don't mistreat someone who God has given you to help cure your loneliness. They're in your life to have the hard conversations. They're in your life for you to talk to. They're in your life because most of the time, we tend to think that we're smarter than what we really are.
Yeah.
And so we keep all of our thoughts in our head. And when pressure comes, we overwhelm ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it takes a therapist or a coach or a pastor and a prayer revival to get you out, when if you would have used your mouth,
Yeah.
let the words
Yes.
of my mouth,
Yes.
Psalms 19 verse 14, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, which means you just say it. If you're thinking it, you say it, you give it to God on the altar of your heart. Let God control it. Let God be the potter and you be the clay. And at the end result is God will give you an opportunity to understand, I didn't need that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you don't get a chance to say it, you mess up your whole life because you end up thinking things you can't control.
Yeah.
And when you can't control it or get out to say it, then it ends up eventually controlling you, because the devil will bring someone in your life to connect to your residue. Okay. Okay. Are y'all ready to go prophetic for just a minute?
That. You need to keep the
Are
faith.
y'all ready? Okay. The God will allow people in your life. Woo! Y'all don't understand this. He will allow people in your life who care about you, who may not have the maturity to walk you through your process of deliverance.
Okay.
But at least they won't be the one that kill you in the process.
Yeah.
So when they see you in the process, at least they will walk through it with you in agreement on your way through it, versus someone who does not care about you at all, who only is in your life to take from you all they can get from you. So now they're taking from you based on what you were connected to. So now all you're getting is someone feeding your deficiency.
Yeah.
And there's no one concerned about your soul to feed your spirit enough to pull you through it at the very end. Be careful in your relationships that you don't get the wrong person in the wrong place.
You was getting ready to say that. Connect with people. That's
Connect
connected
with
to your
people.
residue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be mindful. of that.
Sometimes God will connect people. We tend to connect with people who relate.
Right. Right.
And sometimes we don't need to connect to people
Yeah.
who relate.
Yeah. And you know, even in this,
Get somebody who
this-
understands but don't relate.
Right.
Or did relate but not relating.
Uh-huh.
I was there.
Yeah.
I ain't there no more.
Yeah.
How'd you get out? I can show you the way out.
Yeah.
But if I catch you while you in it,
And you want to connect with people who going to help pull you up. So you don't remain stagnant in that same place.
I heard Jesus.
What do you say?
He said, because all the time, out ain't up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all missed it.
Yeah.
Out ain't up.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who come out, but they never
go up.
go up.
Yeah.
And there are some people in your life, I know I'm one. I'm in your life to help bring you up while you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
You may not ever get out, but you'll do more, what is it? Trauma bond. Come on, Daquan. They're bonded by trauma. They relate by trauma. Man, that's major. And so I know that there are people, that's really major. That's a good one. I like that. That's one of her words right there. You see, Mabel, correct, that's it. Because people will, everybody want to come out, but some folk need to come up to come out. Okay. As a child, you were tossed into a pool.
Yes.
She could swim.
And 10 feet deep water.
And she was tossed into 10 feet of water. Okay. Going left or right is not the option. Any of you know how to swim. When you're tossed into water, okay, I'll do a better one. We took our church on a cruise to ride jet skis in Conroe.
Mm-hmm.
And jet skis and stuff were tossed over, flipped over, and we had to jump into Conroe water. Okay. Going left, right, forward, or back was not the answer.
Mm-hmm.
The only answer, once you go under the water, is to find your way to put your hands over your head and come up. Salvation is not always in coming out. Sometimes it's in coming up. Because if it comes out before it's done, you repeat the process.
All over again.
But if you come up, and when somebody really want to help save you, they drop you a lifeline in the water and take you all the way up and then take you out.
Yeah.
So sometimes up is the way we need to get. You come up in your mind, up in your thoughts. I hear the Lord again. He says, tell some people, come up in how you feel about other people. Stop thinking so much of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Other people have what you need. But because you aren't in need right now, they don't have what you want. And if you're not careful, you'll reject what you need now because you don't want it. And then get to a place where you need it and you won't have it because you rejected it.
Yeah.
So the goal is now us to value relationships. We can understand where we're going and where God's taking us to. I got to go. It's past 8 o'clock. And so it's been amazing tonight. I'll be okay. It's been amazing tonight. Any more questions or comments? Have y'all enjoyed tonight? We're personally praying for every individual on here. I go back and look at your names while she's resting. And I go back and look at your names and I may reply to some of you and pray. That's it, Raquel. Be careful. Don't connect with people who relate to your residue. Now listen, they can relate, but they shouldn't be, fully still there. Leave that phone alone. Say
I'm
something.
making sure they have questions.
Questions. I can see people where I was last month or last year. And I attach to them because I know I'm coming out. I don't want to wait until I get out and then try to go back and get them out. Time is of the essence. And God will strategically put crazy people in your life to get you out. Y'all don't hear me? God will put people in your life that you don't see qualified that will get you out. God will put people in your life. Hey, Mama Carolyn Lewis. And so it's amazing. Yeah, she's smiling. That's her stylist mother. That's who she traits her career after. And so I ain't like Mama Lewis at one time. I thought she was influencing her to lead the church. I said, you got Mama Lewis over here. I never called her Carolyn. I said, Mama didn't. Mama Lewis influenced you to lead the church and go ahead and do hair. The Lord is calling you to a higher calling. Higher. And God said, you don't know what higher is unless I call it. Every person's calling is different. We got to go, y'all. Got a question?
Is it okay to say no to people?
Oh, y'all, come on. Is it okay to say no to people? I can't do that. I don't know because I don't never say no. I always ask a question. And people get tired of me talking and get tired of me giving them, what do you call it?
What?
Lectures.
Oh.
So people tend not to ask me. So you have to learn how to deal with people, but you have to say no when you know it's not in your and their best interest. Hello, Karen Culliver. And so we're here. I think all the questions are handled tonight. She said, yes, it is okay to say no. I agree with you, Tatiana.
Yes.
I agree with you. It's okay to say no. Listen, y'all, it's been an amazing night. I want to make sure we keep our word by coming on. Last night or yesterday was amazing. It was so amazing. I went to eat and I couldn't even eat. I'm gonna let y'all see what I had to eat. I went to eat and I couldn't even eat. I told the man I have a little money. See if y'all can see that. I'll post it later. Can y'all see that? My Lord. Jesus. Y'all know that y'all overwhelmed me yesterday, that I could not eat. I ate like 2 shrimp when I got home and maybe 3 shrimp. If I can't eat shrimp, dial 911. And so it was amazing. Greater Truth Temple family, friends, partners, enemies, all y'all, I love y'all. We are praying the best in your life, over your life, through your life. I pray that God would do something so supernatural in your life that you would look back at yesterday and say, that's when God did it. And then hear God tell you, I ain't through. Because your harvest is so much greater than your seed.
Yes.
And technically, we didn't sow a small seed. We all sowed a great seed together.
Yes.
Oh my God, man. I'll tell y'all that Bible study. Y'all not ready. Y'all not really ready. Sydney, y'all not ready to find out that I went to our old bank. Somebody type old bank. Those of you who know, we don't call numbers out. We don't call numbers online because insecure people can't handle that. Type old bank. OLDBANK. Please. Donna Blunt, are you still here? Because she can verify it today. Type old bank. Donna Blunt, I need you here. Make sure they know what I'm about to say. Because y'all going to lose y'all mind when y'all know how wonderful y'all God is and how much he loves y'all. That, Donna, is old bank. I went to our old bank to check because, thank you, Donna Blunt, she's here, to check because that's where your money's going to be deposited tonight after yesterday. I went to the old bank, and getting to the old bank, I realized that we changed our payroll to our other bank. So the money in our old bank is not our payroll. It's not our payroll. Then an account we had not used since Super Celebration in May had money left over in it from May that we had. I didn't tell you? Oh, you wouldn't answer my call. That we had not touched since the old bank payroll, and I saw Archie and them earlier. They saw it. They can just say yes. Just say yes. And the amount of money, y'all not ready. We're gonna have church. The amount of money that's in both the banks at the old bank from, she said that amount was in there since May. Sydney Morris. The amount that's in the bank equals the amount we gave Apostle Hilliard.
Wow.
I didn't tell you. I got the receipts. The amount that was in the bank from the old Super Celebration and from the money we thought was payroll, which hadn't been touched, is the amount that we sold last week.
Wow.
Now, y'all know what amount that is. And here's the Lord. All y'all who made pledges, I need y'all to get ready to get your pledge in. Because the sooner that pledge is in, God is doing something. He's doing something, and he wants to include you in it.
Yes.
I gave Donna an amount minus a certain amount. I said, Donna, I don't want to deal with that. You know, I'll just do this right here. It was, and if you add it up, it's a certain amount equals a certain amount. That certain amount is in the other account. Has been there since May. She said, oh, that was the credit card machine. But I forgot we used it online. She said, that amount has been in there. The last deposit in there was May. And because I don't run to banks and we don't go there all the time, our main bank with our real Jesus money is in another old bank.
You better call Jesus.
And God say, no, I let you forget it to preserve it. So once you've sown it, you got seed.
Yeah.
And now I've given you back what you've sown already because you didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I need y'all to expect, now I feel 2B1 churchy now. I need y'all to expect something or not something, expect all things to move for you.
Yes.
On your job, in your car, in your house, expect God in every area of your life.
Yes.
Don't dumb God down to your job.
Yes.
Don't dumb him down to what's in your bank account. God is doing something. I see you deny. Come on. He's doing something.
Yes.
And he's doing it with us, as he always does. Then I got a call today. The church knows. I called Donna one day. I went to Bishop Turner's church. I went to go to his church to sow a seed on the day they were raising some money. A young man came in and gave, I gave 1,000. He came in and gave 1,000. They say they never knew him, don't know him, have never seen him, and never saw him again. So me and Bishop Turner talks about this all the time. I said, Bishop Turner, what was your budget that day? Because I said, one day, we going to do that. He said, our budget that day was $100,000. I hope y'all have a good night. It's been amazing. I got to let y'all go. Because when God starts giving you things that you forgot you asked for,
Yeah.
it's because you told him thank you and you didn't try to carry it.
Right.
Now, God says, I'm going into your residue.
Mm.
I feel the Holy Ghost. I'm going to the place where you thought I left you. I'm going to the place where you thought I said you couldn't have it and couldn't get it. Now you qualify for it because you trust me for all things.
Yes.
Not just some, if you can do anything. No, all things. That's it to one to call. Now you trust me, I'm going into your, come on, Tisa, they're both your hands.
Yeah.
I'm going into your residue.
Yeah.
Watch this, the residue of your dumb days.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you so blessed off your dumb days that your blessed days are going to ease by you.
Wow.
They're going to sail by you.
Jesus.
And you'll do it without struggle. Without struggle. Won't be a struggle. Won't be a struggle because you've sacrificed in the dumb days.
Yes.
Your dumb mistakes, your crazy mistakes, your
Yeah.
disobedience. God said you did all that, but you changed your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And when you changed your mind, you changed your trajectory.
Yeah.
Now I need you to focus and make sure you balance your relationships based on where you're going, not where you've been. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, Tracy Ross, all the people you've helped doing praise team all these years, you think those prayers took care of you then? God say, I've been saving those for the latter years.
Yeah.
It's the latter years that I bring up blessings out of nowhere. And it comes without struggle. Don't be afraid to receive the opportunity. When you will know it's God is when it's bigger than you. When you don't understand it. And God says, I'm bringing it to you now so you can get understanding.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring you to the company of the people you need to know who are critical for your success. So just because you don't know it right now does not mean you won't know it when God gets it ready for you. You got it? Now is the time for the kingdom of God to stand up. God's doing it. I'm not a part of a denomination. I'm a part of the kingdom. Woo! And I love my spiritual parents more and more every day.
Yes.
I love him more and more. When y'all honor me like y'all did, I'm not for the crown of 2v1. Lucille. When y'all honor us like y'all honored us while honoring the kingdom of God,
Yes.
then I got to go back and honor my man to God.
Yeah.
Well, Pastor, we already did. No, baby. This is a residual.
Yeah.
The more you honor us, matter of fact, they may get something tonight on Cash App. Won't know what happened. That's how I do that. I do that on Cash App. When y'all honor us, I make sure I sow seed. I walked in Kroger today and walked in, and a woman was getting up groceries, an older lady that helped me find something. And I said, I need to get this. She said, okay. Came to the counter. I said, I got hers. Her mouth fell open. I said, I got hers. And the person at the end of the counter was signing her, doing sign language.
Wow.
I said, oh, that's going to be on right here. They looked us up. I paid for her food, sent her out the door. I blessed the clerk that was standing there. And then I blessed the person who was signing, putting my stuff in my bag. You know, it's dangerous to be around me when the Lord has blessed me because I'm going to always be a blessing.
Yes.
If you're not a receiver, then keep your distance. I blessed her. I blessed her, the people who drew my blood today. I blessed them. And if the Lord say the same, you're going to be seeing 3 or 4 of them at the church. They all say, I grew up in Harlem Clark. I'm coming to your church. Oh, I like you. You always, and it wasn't because I gave them money. It's because I came in last time kind to them.
Yes.
I counted them as if I already knew them. I built a relationship. So I didn't have to wait in line to get my blood drawn. I walked in, they said, we didn't have a record for you. Lady said, hey, what you doing? I said, I need my blood drawn. She said, oh, come on. Come on. I know it because she got red hair. She said, come on. My gift made room for me.
Yes, indeed.
Woo! And your gift has made room for you. Woo! Oh my God. Okay, we got to let y'all go. We're way past time. It's an hour and 17 minutes. Build relationships with people. Listen, and don't work on the ones you know are already good.
Yes.
Work on the ones that are good but should be better by having conversations where you tell the truth. Say, hey, look, what can I do better? Here's your 3 questions. You want a question? That's your question. Give me one. I got one. What can I do better? What is it that aggravates you about me that I should know better or I should be able to do better? What can I do better? What do you know is immature about me? And what do you think I'm going to miss if I don't change quickly? Geraldine, I ain't got time to speak on it. No. I ain't got time to speak on it. I'm just saying, you have to ask somebody else. Ask a trusted person. Come on, believe that's my cousin right there. She had my grandmother in front of you too. Ask a trusted person what it is. What do you think about me? And then receive the answer, Nikki. Nikki say those are good. Yeah. Receive their answer.
Yeah.
Don't mean you have to walk in it and it becomes prophecy for your life. Y'all play the game online. Y'all hit that button on YouTube. On Facebook talking about you'll be married by the end of the year and be a millionaire. If y'all let Facebook prophesy to y'all, I'm proven. At least hear this one. Ask them what it is. What is it that I do that gets on your nerves or that I do that you know gets on people's nerves?
Yeah.
And then I need you to listen with the objective of being better and growing. Brittany Blake say, repeat it, please. Number 1, ask them, what is it that I do that aggravates people? Somebody who wrote them down or type it out. That aggravates people. Like how? Oh, here it is. Here's a nice way of saying it. What's the 3 things I can do to be better? The 3 things based on you. If you ask 3 people, 3 things I can do to be better, and out of the 9 things you get, 6 of them are the same. Or you ask 5 people, that's 3, that's 15. Out of all 5, 5 of each one say the same thing.
Yeah.
They just done the work for you.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do winning anyway coaching. It's going to be, shameless plug, it's going to be $600 for 3 months, November, December, January. If you pay up front or by the middle of November, We just gave. You got money. You pay by the middle of November, it's $500 versus the six. It's going to be one coaching per month in a group section, November, December, and January. And then you're going to get two coachings, one-on-ones, and then me a checkup, which means but you must have a goal setting first, because I plan on you meeting every goal every month. The goal will not be a 3-month goal. It will be 30 days, 30 days, and 30 days. And everybody will win. Okay.
Right.
What are the 3 things you can do better? I'm getting my schedule set. I'm getting my time set. November, December. Why those months? I want you to close the year well. I want to make sure that you start out in the beginning of the year flying towards your goals. Number 2, what's the immature thing that you can recognize that I do? You be careful with that one, Raquel. I would just choose a 3 out of that. I make that 1, 2, and 3. Because you go to the immature thing, somebody gonna get offended when you say immature. They're gonna get offended. Oh, tell me, say I found my original survey Sunday. From me, send it to me. Send it to me. Facebook, what do I do? Oh, somebody got all of them. See, this if you want to go deep and you only have 1 or 2 friends, you take these right here and you go to your 1 or 2 friends, sit down and say, let's sit down and talk about it. Tell me, it's not a time to be offended at all. You cannot defend anything they say.
Right.
Once they finish talking, you can give them a little clarity. And if they say, my point stands, it stands. You cannot defend. Like, well, and I hate this right here. Honey, you always over talking me, blah, 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 blah. Then tell me why. Don't tell me, what about when you? See, already we've no longer we're not having a conversation. We're now shooting at each other. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. It's been almost 90 minutes. It's been amazing. It's been good. Again, there are your 3 answers for Real Love Loves. Make sure we get this thing together, because 2B1 is going to be an amazing thing. By this time next year, it's going to be crazy. Yeah. We're setting up a whole new foundation for it. And this this outline whiz is getting on my nerves. But for coaching, if you're interested, inbox me. It's $200 per month, November, December, January. If you're going to go all 3 months and you have all your money by November, I'm teaching you now. You got 15 days. You got your money in cash, 500, you cover for it. And I'm going to be on you like white on rice, because I don't like people in my group being lazy and lagging. I'm going to work on a 3-month goal, 60-day goal, 90-day goal. And if they're right, they can connect together. Mm-hmm. So they can connect, goal 1, go to 2, go to 3. So at the end of 90 days, some folk going to be jealous of your life. They surely going to be jealous of mine. Now, I am off the week after my anniversary.
Amen.
We'll not have church on Thanksgiving week, as we always do on Thursday night. You are now deemed to plan right now what you're going to do with your family on Thanksgiving week. We're not having church that Wednesday night. We have church Sunday and that Sunday, but not that Wednesday. You are to create relationships where you're able to have a wonderful time and give thanks for the relationships in your life. So start planning now. I have. God bless y'all. Final words, please.
We love y'all. Hope you enjoyed tonight.
Do your thank you. Thank y'all for everything you may have done for us.
Oh, from yesterday?
Yes.
Well, thank y'all for everything that you all have done. We pray that something was said. It is our goal to always be the vessel that God can use to open you all up to get you to your winning life. God knows that we've experienced so many, we've experienced having to iron out kinks. That's a little plug to my children. However, we starch down now.
What you mean?
They get it.
Oh.
So they get it. So we love y'all. I want y'all to have a blessed night.
Y'all pray for me tomorrow, having a procedure.
Yes.
Tomorrow, those of you who will and can, why don't you just go into consecration in the morning? Don't eat anything. I'm doing it because I have to, but I want you to join me. It's the power of family. I'll be out and I'll put a post as soon as I get out. I'll set it up and have it before I go in. When I come out, it'll say I'm out and well. That's my declaration anyway. But then you can eat after 12 o'clock or after 12:30, whatever time I get out. Mm-hmm. I go in the morning at 9:30 or 10. So Just being proud. That's what we do with family. Amen.
Yes. Yes.
Amen. God bless y'all. Love y'all.
Love
And I want y'all to have a wonderful night. This has been an amazing night, y'all. Y'all had a good time, y'all. Good people. Y'all have a good night, okay? Take care. Peace. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
And don't get no trouble, y'all. Just wait on what God gonna do. He gonna do it for you. Amen. Bye-bye. Peace.